In this video, I'm finally getting around to spraying epoxy on the truck. Yeah, here's a little teaser. Stay tuned. Alright, so this weekend I have been working on sanding the truck, getting rid of all the little areas of little surface rust that have pop up, flash rusting. So I've been working on that. There's some areas where I need to go over and sandblast. So I have a little Harbor Freight sandblaster that works pretty good, surprisingly. Just one of the little pot style sandblaster, which I'm going to be using that just to do all the small areas that have flash rusting on it. They're mostly down the lower rocker areas from when I washed the underside of the truck. I must not have got everything completely dry, so I have some minor flash rust just on the outside of the rocker area down by the pinch weld. So I'm going to take care of that. But my plan is to try to get this where I'm happy with it, because next weekend, Saturday, I think Saturday, I'm going to try to epoxy the rest of the shell. I plan on doing the sides, the top, the door frame. The inside I'm not going to do. And then I'm only going to do up to probably the lip here. The whole engine bay, I'm going to treat that as its own area per se. So the engine bay in the front of the truck I'm probably going to do separate, just because I need to still finish doing stuff. I still need a notch for the axles and stuff, but I plan on doing that at a different time. I plan on taking off the fenders, throwing them in the basement, and then masking off everything and then painting it. I'll have to move the doors and the tailgate to the side, and then I can do that. So I'm going to be working on that this week, get everything cleaned up as best I can, and then masking it off just to get ready so I can epoxy it Saturday. So I want to get that done before it gets too cold. The epoxy is supposed to stay, I think, 65 degrees, so I might have to heat the garage for a little bit, but not too much after, just so it stays warm in here. My garage isn't insulated the best, so I want to at least make sure it's warm in here after. So, but yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Alright, so I started going around the truck and making sure I was sanding off all the surface rust. I should say flash rust, not really surface rust. But I went around and did like all the under the rockers where the pinch welds are. Basically everywhere. Also everywhere that I had welded, I went around and sandblasted. Did some areas at the back that weren't really bad, but like I said, all the areas that I have patched, I went around and sandblasted. I did that last night. There's still some sand in the truck. And I did that all with the Harbor Freight, the little gun. It actually works pretty good, surprisingly. And the sand I've been using is just it's from Harbor Freight. It's just the just like the glass bead stuff. I have like a 50-pound box of it. I highly recommend that for doing most of the sandblasting. It's especially on the welded areas. It's not too abrasive, but it's gritty enough to get around the welds, so you make sure you clean up your welds good. I originally was thinking about trying to do the bay separately, but now I'm kind of second guessing myself, and I might try to do the bay when I do the outside of the truck, do the epoxy. But I don't know if I'm going to have it done in time to do that, but I'm going to try, I guess. I'm trying to do all of it before Saturday, so Saturday I can do the epoxy on everything. I have these little patch pieces that I made that I'm gonna put in here. This little area here, and then here, and then the same over here. That little area, and then this. I have those I put weld through primer on the back side. That's what these are. So I got those all ready. I have those all ready to go in. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do right now. Try to weld those in, and then if I can weld those in, grind it up, and then maybe tomorrow I'll try to sandblast the bay. And if I get the bay all sandblasted so it looks good, then I can clean it up and then potentially spray the epoxy on the bay while I do the shell also. I guess that will kind of help. That way then later when I go to do the body work in here, I'll have less to do. And then, because I mean, I have everything all welded in the bay that I plan on welding. There's not too much more, but even if there was something I had to do, I can grind the epoxy away and then weld it in and then re-epoxy just the small areas. But I can do like my body work on the firewall and stuff if I have that epoxy on there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Try to do as much of this as I can so I can epoxy the bay also. So, but I'm gonna get into trying to weld these little pieces in right now. Alright, so I'm done with all the welding and grinding. I did most of the grinding off camera just because it can get kind of tedious and boring. But anywho, here it is what I ended up with. So this is filled. I blended this nice and smooth so you can hardly tell. And then this patch is in there. And then if you look over on this side, same. This patch is in there. And then this is all filled and then blended smooth. It's subtle little things, but I think it looks cool. It looks smoother. It gets rid of the hole that is there, and actually a couple holes that are there, and smooths things out a little bit. But that's it for tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to sandblast the bay, so I'll catch you tomorrow. Alright, so it's Saturday. I've spent the last, I don't know, few hours this morning getting the truck finalized and masked up to put some epoxy put some epoxy primer on the truck. So this is what it's looking like. I spent probably 2 hours on Thursday and then about 2 hours on Friday getting the engine bay all ready to basically prime that as well. So yeah, I have that all ready, and the outside of the truck is ready to prime. I basically wanted to prime as much as I could, and then so I'll be ready to do whatever else after that. So yeah, truck is pretty much ready to go. I have my primer, the epoxy all inducing right there. You have to mix it and let it induce for 30 minutes at least. And I've already wiped down the truck probably about an hour ago. That has to like dry, totally dry, and sit for a little bit. So yeah, I'm pretty much ready to start spraying this. I'm probably not gonna film any spraying just because I don't want to deal with trying to film and then spray. So I will bring you back once I get going, or once I get done. I'm excited. Alright, well, it's an epoxy. So far I'm super happy with this SPI stuff. I really like it. But yeah, it's an epoxy. I can't really say much more about it. I'm kind of glad it's an epoxy. Went down pretty good. It's still wet. I just got done cleaning my gun and let the place air out some, the fumes. So yeah, it's dark looking. I missed the seeing it in bare metal. I kind of liked seeing it in bare metal. But yeah, epoxy is down. Overspray all over the place. I'm not doing the bed. The bed I'm gonna end up doing the bed liner. That, or I'm gonna end up getting one of the tonneau cover things. I'm still up in the air whether I spend the money to get tonneau cover or I spend the money to do the bed liner. So the bed's actually not that bad. It just won't match the color that I'm going for on the truck. So, but that's still kind of up in the air. But yeah, body's in epoxy. So now I can go through and start doing the body work with the filler. And then once I do the filler, then do the high build primer. So I don't know, we'll see how far I get with based on the weather. It all depends on temperature because I don't have a heated garage, or that big of a heated garage. In the wintertime I could do most of the sheet metal work because it didn't really matter. But I know some stuff has to be the right temperature. If not, you get two different temperatures going on, you get condensation underneath it, and then you just have issues. You get rust coming up. But I don't know, I'm just glad I got this far. Had to bump up the exposure so you could actually see the truck. It's so dark it doesn't want to expose right. So Saturday, after I finished putting epoxy on the truck, I went ahead and did the hood and some other pieces in epoxy. I did the hood, I did the gas filler cap, I did the hood hinges, and then I did the tail light buckets, corner buckets. So everything now is pretty much in epoxy. I plan on taking the taking everything and assemble it on the truck, the doors, the fenders, the hood, and then so I can kind of do my filler work and basically make sure all the body lines are smooth and so everything looks good. And then once everything, I do all the body work that way, then I plan on taking it off the truck and then painting the insides the color I'm going with, and then assembling the truck back up and then painting the whole thing assembled. I think that's my plan of attack on it. I don't have a ton of room in the garage here to do like multiple pieces unless I did like part of the truck and then push the truck out, do part of the pieces, and then do the truck itself. I figure this way I can do everything at once and then be done with it, but I don't know, I've never done it before, so that's kind of like my plan of action. Let me know if you do things differently or how you think I should do them. I'm kind of curious what people's thoughts are as far as the body work. If you would paint and do stuff separately and then assemble it. I'm kind of worried about if I do all the filler work and stuff separate and then put it on the truck, things won't line up right. So that's what I'm kind of worried about. So I want the fenders to the doors and the doors to the body, and like the fenders to the front end. I want everything to look right. So, but as far as painting it, I don't know if I guess if I did paint it one piece at a time or multiple pieces versus putting it all on the truck and then painting the outside of it. That's kind of where I'm at a toss-up. I'm not really sure. I don't have a ton of room to, like I said, have everything laid out to do both sides. I mean, I could potentially if I did it over here, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just trying to do everything in this side of the garage. So that's my plan, I guess, to do everything together. But anywho, thanks for watching, guys. I'm super excited to be this far on the project. I still have tons more to do. I was hoping to be a lot further along this year, but work gets busy and things on the house, so been keeping steady busy on everything else. But anywho, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.